Yo, Scorpio, welcome to your shadow season. I hope you are enjoying Taurus season 2026 so far because it's going to have you looking at your shadow, that raw, uncut, unfiltered side of you. On May 6th, your ruling planet Pluto retrogrades in Aquarius, and then your other ruling planet Mars enters his detriment in Taurus on May 18th. Scorpio, this is going to be inviting a really, really deep introspection. Introspection down to the blood level. There's like there's some kind of like blowout. There's some, and it doesn't feel negative, so don't take it there. But blood brought me to this tree. There's something about your bloodline, your family tree, blood oaths, blood family. Like your blood is changing, the way you relate to your blood, your understanding of it. Pluto and Mars is changing you down to the blood level. Go grab your shit. We got a lot to talk about. But I also want to point out how I was drawn to this tree, and it's a cherry tree, and fruit are starting to bear. Oop, and I just saw 1:11 on the clock. Scorpio, the fruit of the labor is starting to show, hun. And some of y'all are able to see through your blood. We got stuff to talk about. Come on. Hi, Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. I want to make sure that I clarify the thing about the blood feels very, very fucking positive to me. There is something about like a change in your bloodline that you are an active participant in. Changes like with your blood family, who you consider your blood. There could just be stuff coming up around there. I also feel like breaking of blood magic that was done. That feels very ancestral. So it's like the ending of some kind of blood magic that some ancestor did on some very, very distant like generation before. I feel like that blood magic has been broken. That's not some, and whoever that is for, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. You have known about that. That's not something, this is not something new. And then of course I just heard the it's like, don't worry about it if it's for you or not. Know that if there was some sort of nefarious magic done ancestrally, it has been broken. So don't worry about if that applies to you or not. Don't go digging down that or knocking down that door. Especially because you see the tower at the bottom of the deck. I had to show the hangman reverse that was underneath it because I feel like suddenly you are free. Suddenly you're having a revelation, suddenly seeing the truth. What has been hidden within you is exposed. There's like bursts of insight, like breaking through illusions, getting big answers, flashes of vision, flashes of revelation, flashes of insight. And I think it's so interesting because the Tower card is Mars. That's one of your ruling planets. And the other element that's shown up here is electricity, which is Uranus, and Uranus rules Aquarius, and that's where your other ruling planet Pluto is. Scorpio is traditionally ruled by Pluto and Mars. Mars is the god of war. Pluto is Hades, the god of the underworld. You know, Pluto is the planet of ordeals and the transformations that arise from them. So with Pluto retrograding, it's like the Godzilla is going back into the ocean. I feel like there's a deep introspection around Aquarian themes, which are hope. What's your relationship to hope? What's your relationship to faith? What's your relationship to your knowing? What do you think you know? You think you know, but you have no idea. There's like, what's going on with your relationship to community, technology? What is your idea of your future? I'm filming this the day before the full moon in Scorpio. I want you to know that. So I feel like this full moon in Scorpio is heavily influencing this reading. And full moons are periods of release, but they are also a time of harvest. So I feel like some shit that took place on that new moon in Aries is really starting to like come full circle. Let me see, when was the new moon in Aries? On April 17th. So what were you doing on April 17th, 2026? Doing on or around that? What were you doing that week? Those maybe a week before, week after, at maximum stretching that. But what was going on around then? And something that was happening then is like blooming now, and I feel like it's sudden. And I also, and it feels sudden and positive, and I do feel like there's like I said, a positive change down to like the blood level, what you believe in, what fuels you. There's a new foundation around what fuels you. Mars has started a whole new cycle. He's in Aries, now he's going into Taurus. And so it's going from I am to I have, consciousness to embodiment. And I feel like you're learning how to embody a new consciousness. Or there's been a rebirth around your consciousness, your concept of yourself, who you are and what you feel you are capable of. And suddenly you're realizing, I am not stuck anymore. I am not that person anymore. I don't have those standards anymore. I'm not that, I don't identify the way that I used to identify. You are seeing yourself from like oh, and I just looked at the fucking clock and saw 444, bitch, I swear. Okay, so I just feel like you're standing on a new foundation. There's wish fulfillment. There's all this synchronicity and magic that's like all around you. And I feel like now is a time, like Taurus season, it's the season of I have. Your ruling planet Mars is going into Taurus, though he is at detriment there. And all that means is that he's a bit like softened or weakened in a way. And so I feel like you're going to be more of a softie when it comes to the things that you have like drive or motivation towards. I feel like you're going to be, it like slowed down. It's like this cosmic downshift that puts you in a position where you can purge and detox and start over and start anew. I feel like there's just sudden clarity, like suddenly your concept of your future has changed like this. Like what you think you're capable of changes like this. Like the way you process spiritual and intuitive information, the way you trust yourself just changes overnight. You all of a sudden done fucked around and realized you got this. That's how this feels. Some of you, this is on the other side of a humbling experience and feeling like, you know, something exploded or something fell down or there was like a change in fortune or a blow to your ego. And I also just feel like when something in life isn't working out, but we refuse to acknowledge the issues, we build an increasingly precarious tower held together with temporary situations and wishful thinking and denial. And so I feel like you are seeing, some of you have already seen it, but some of you are just in Taurus season realizing that the foundation that you built upon in some arena of your life was not solid. And so there was this like destruction of an old foundation or an old belief system. Some of you are having like really big breakthroughs with people that have Aries, Aquarius, or Pisces placements. Some of you suddenly are free from something that you were really hung up about, or someone that was really hung up about you. Some of you, it's like you must surrender, though it's painful. I just feel like that lightning bolt of clarity has like cut through a lot of lies and illusions that you've been telling yourself, and like the truth comes to light and like who you are and what you stand for. And I just feel like it's really, really fucking positive. I am here for this for you. It's like suddenly aha moment. It's interesting because it's like a crown. The crown is referring to the crown chakra. That's where we receive divine downloads and aha moments. So there's like a, oh my God, like sudden realization. Like, what am I doing? What have I been doing? Oh my gosh, like I'm not stuck anymore. Suddenly I made this decision and life has changed and I'm having this realization about this. I feel like some of you, this is about your spiritual gifts. Some of you, your spiritual gifts are like ramping the fuck up. You are going to be way more clairvoyant. You're going to be so much more fucking spiritually gifted. Some of you are starting to understand what your gifts are. regardless of spirit, if they're spiritual or not. Like, you realize you have a talent for numbers. You realize you have a talent for, you know, organization or drawing or, you know, whatever it is. There's just something there around, like, also some of you are like getting free from like someone with Pisces placements or something that had you held up. Anyway, I'm ready to clear out any funky ass energy. Welcome to my benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth, Holy Spirit. Thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For Taurus season, their shadow season 2026. I already feel like this is going to be a long reading. Hydrate, light it if you need it. Let's get ready. Period, bitch. Period. I told you it was positive. I told you. The Empress? Really? Wow. Some of you, you just value yourself. You know what you're worth. You know what you stand for. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I also feel like there's a lot of powerful, uncomfortable realizations you are having about your mother or a mother wound or your concept of femininity or about a wife, an ex-wife, a mother-in-law, someone with Taurus or Libra placements. Some of you, this is about like suddenly realizing something about your wife or about your ex-wife, or realizing that who you like. This could be pregnancy. This could be like bringing something to life, birthing something into reality. This could be, it's either, some of you it's babies, some of you it's business. I feel like suddenly, oh my God, we got pregnant. Suddenly, oh my God, we made it. Suddenly, we got married. Suddenly, like, we're, you know, going in a different direction. Some of you, your mother has some news that's very like shocking to you, or like you're seeing your mother or mother figure or this Taurus or this wifely figure, motherly figure in a different light in some sort of way. I feel like there's just something shocking around beauty, around birth, around the womb, around mother wounds, around business, around money, around stability. Like, this could be a suddenly promoted, suddenly a windfall of money, suddenly a breadwinner. But it also could be suddenly like you are really confident. Suddenly like you remember who the fuck you are. So I feel like this is Taurus energy. This is your shadow. Taurus is going to show you and teach you so much about your worth, about your value. Mercury is going to be there in Taurus with Mars as well. And I'm telling you, you done fucked around and figure out your new standards and you're cutting people off. Some of you are cutting off this Pisces, cutting off somebody who acts out of line, or somebody who acts stupid, or somebody who like is back and forth. And maybe cutting off an Aquarius or an Aries, or there could just be a really important conversation or a really important aha moment or clarity, or I don't feel stuck about this anymore. I know what I need to say. I know how I feel. I know this, like, there could just be like really important conversations or questions or aha moments or realizations. This is like revelations. Because also now Mars is not going to be hanging out in Taurus with Uranus. So that's going to be a different dynamic. Mars will now be having his conjunctions with Uranus in Gemini over the next 7 years. And so all of that chaos in your shadow, child, I feel like you clear, a lot of y'all got a lot of shit out of the closet. Like, the skeletons are out of the closet, like something's laid to rest, something's healed. And I just feel like there's truth. And the divine is like, hey, I'm giving you the sword. You've had the realization, you've had the aha moment. The old crown, your old knowing has been knocked off. I love when these two cards come out together. And the divine is like, okay, that old crown, that old programming, the old perspective of life has been knocked off. I'm giving you new eyes. I'm giving you a new crown. I'm giving you new authority. I'm giving you new audacity. I'm giving you a new value, a new sense of self-worth. Some of you realize how valuable you are, how dope you are, how it's a pleasure to be around you. Some of you are really figuring out what you want to do, what your particular brand of service is. You're taking your power back. You're divinely supported to take the road less traveled and to take the world back. You got to look God in the face, and like some of you are like, I just heard divine appointment. Some of you are like, you are being divinely appointed to be with somebody, divinely appointed to have this job, or to play, or like, you know, to step into this role. Some of you, this is about promotion. This is about leveling up. This is about like an influx of truth, powerful conversations. Y'all, I'm ready. I'm already excited to clarify these cards. That's how I felt about the Libra reading. I was like, ooh, this is tea. This is juicy. Be sure to check out the Taurus season astrology video that has all the important astrological transits and dates. But I will be clarifying these cards over on Patreon with my ethical cult. We clarify all this. There's all kinds of astrological content and a tier for daily readings. Check that out. Patreon.com/JustJEverything. The links are in the description box below. Also in the description box below is my little blurb about the channeled song. The title of this video is a channeled song for you, so definitely check out the description box. Anyway, the Taurus season 2026 is like, it's helping you it's helping you feel yourself. It's helping you get very clear about what you stand for, what your values are, what your priorities are, so that you can start making decisions from this place. You can start making like better decisions for yourself. There's more like life change. Yeah, it's like, I'm not making decisions from the place of the page. I'm making decisions from the place of the motherfucking Empress, because I understand who I am, and I understand what's worth fighting for, what's worth standing up for. I feel like there may be somebody with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements that's very much so like, they choose you, or they're standing up for you, or they're the protector, or you're protecting them, they're protecting you. There's something about getting to a higher ground, realizing that you are on higher ground. I also feel like this Ace of Swords, this information, this conversation, this whatever this big aha moment is, there are people in your life who are not going to clap loud enough for you, and or this could be happening like to people around you. Some of you are friends with somebody or friends or lovers or family or something with somebody who is like done very well for themselves, or is successful or known in some sort of way. And I just feel like you may start to notice who is the peanut gallery, or you may start to, there just could be some petty conversations. Your capacity for being petty is definitely coming up. You need to make sure that you are not a petty patty. There may be some uncomfortable conversations that need to be had. There may be some people that say some shit to you. They may have Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements. This may be somebody that you've known since you were very young. I feel like with the Page of Swords reversed, there's something about uncomfortable conversations or changes in a contract. But first and foremost, I just feel like these cards, the closer we get to Gemini season, there could just be something where like there could be confrontation, or a feeling that you need to stand up for yourself or stand up for somebody, or you may like realize who's standing up for you. I also feel like there are people, there's something about like they show up for you in rooms that you're not in the way that you show up for them in rooms they're not in. It's like if some of you realize that, like, let's say your friend or your lover is in at a party and somebody is talking shit. They're like, what'd you say? Why do you feel comfortable talking shit about that person to me? Blah, 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 blah. Like, somebody stands up for you, or you do that for somebody. But I do feel like there is a warning here about, like, don't be petty. There also could be stuff around gossip gone wrong, getting caught gossiping, rumors, lies and stuff, arguments or like poor communication. There could be like stuff like mixing up a contract or making different decisions. I feel like your relationship to, like, your understanding of how you make decisions is changing in some sort of way. I feel like you know now not to make promises that you can't keep, or you're understanding like Some of you are understanding like, damn, I need to give myself some grace. I was a fucking kid. I didn't know any better. Some of you, you need to let yourself off the hook. Or some of you are letting somebody else off the hook because you're realizing, damn, they were a child. We were kids. I also feel like you're realizing that you or someone around you is all talk and no action. But either way, there's going to come up a situation in Taurus season. It's going to be closer to Gemini season, closer to the end of Taurus season, we'll say. But I just feel like you're going to need to think your shit through. And you may be don't act in haste. You know? I just... You may be realizing that somebody is just all talk, or like understanding like a clear, like what is a deception, what is a lie, what edits in a contract need to be made, how to, some of you I feel like are learning how to stand up for yourself in like the corporate world or in the academic world or in like legal ways. Like you're learning how to like advocate for yourself. You're learning how to like speak up in class. You're learning how to let yourself be heard. That makes sense because your shadow, your opposite sign, Taurus, rules the throat. And so some of you may, especially if you have air placements, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in your big three, some of you may have big insecurities around like sounding smart or speaking up or like, is this a cohesive thought, or did that make sense, or will I be understood? And I just feel like you're learning how to throw caution to the wind and to just be yourself and to like you're gaining confidence that, yeah, I do have something of value to contribute. And so you're learning how to speak up for yourself and advocate for yourself. Please do not waste any more time arguing or debating with people or leaving comments on social media or something. Like, that's not all of you, I know, but some of you need to hear that. Like you're wasting your verbal skills on bots. Like, stop that. I also feel like some of you, like, you make money off a book or technology, or there's some kind of like aha moment around technology that's going to help streamline your life and help you make different choices. I feel like there's lots of travel and exploration. There is some kind of incoming offer. I feel like some of you, there's an offer coming in, or you're giving an offer, you're extending an offer. You're trying to take things to the next level, or there's some kind of offer or contract that's going to require like travel or exploration or going or commuting, a longer commute possibly. Either way, okay, some of you, there's news, like there's a new baby in the family or something like that. Some of you, there's a new business owner in the family. Some of you are becoming that new business owner, or you're going back to school, or there's a big conversation that, or some kind of confession coming from your mother, or this Taurus, or this person who you hold in a higher regard in some sort of way. It could be a mother-in-law or something. Some of you may find out like you're like, someone's parents are getting divorced, or someone's parents are separated, or like there could just be like something that's going on in like your parents' marriage or your spouse's parents' marriage or some shit like that. That's not for all of you. Anyway, some of you are like, this could be something about like meeting the mother, or the mother, like there's something about maternal energy. I hope that you're giving yourself time to dive into your maternal energy and your divine feminine energy, and to be very receptive, because the divine is asking you to be receptive to information. Some of you need to stop saying that you're stupid, or that you're not a good student, or that you're not good at math, or that you're not good at this, you're not good at that, whatever, like stop verbalizing your limitations. Some of you are starting to really understand that words are spells, and life and death are in the power of the tongue. So you have to be more masterful with your mind, and therefore your words, and therefore your thoughts, and therefore your actions, and therefore your existence. Right? I feel like there's somebody with Taurus, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. There's a maternal figure, and they have something very important and sudden and possibly shocking to say. It's going to alter your decisions. Some of you are going to need to go to see this person. Or there's people that are coming to see you all. I feel like for some of you, there's uncomfortable news, uncomfortable conversations, and it just requires you to advocate for yourself or someone around you, or you start to see in the face of a confrontation, somebody stands up for you. They probably have Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements. I feel like you are starting to realize what to invest in, who to show up for, who your real friends are, what real family is, what real blood connections look like. I'm ready to clarify these cards. I'll see you over on Patreon. Come on, let's get into it. For the full version of the video, go to Patreon.